Perivar Sharanam, Daivathin Kural, Book 6, Kundalini Margam, the path of Kundalini Yoga or the serpent power. Another important item to be diligently taken care of without opting for too much publicity is Kundalini Margam. Just to take its name is tantamount to propagandizing it, and also for so long I was debating in my mind whether I should or should not leave it untouched, so that I am now touching upon it. I am touching on the subject to explain it a bit more, just so that you do not touch the subject. Because even if I do not talk about it, it is the most talked about subject in many circles of the so-called intelligentsia. That subject is Kundalini. It is one subject that is most bandied about in some kinds of circles, as well as whispered about in hush-hush circles, so that even such persons who have no reason to be knowledgeable about it are talking about chakras with assumed knowledge. In Saundra Lahari also this matter occurs, and even if I do not touch the subject, I am sure that you will be referring to other books on it, and so I thought, why should I bypass the subject, and why not talk about it myself? That is how I am now talking about it. As you are aware, just as there is enormous power inside a small atom, in each one of us also there is this Brahma Shakti as a power known as Kundalini. In us, it is in a state of dormancy as though it is in deep sleep. If we do the necessary yoga sadhana meant for awakening it, I repeat and ask you to underline these words, if you do the necessary yoga sadhana meant for awakening it, it will then slowly get awakened and start moving upwards, and at the end wake up as Parashakti and merge into Parashiva, and then Jiva Brahma Aikyam will take place. That is the important part of the information. If we know this, it is enough, and knowing this much is sufficient. We should know at least the basic minimum information as to what sort of Shastras and Upasana Margas are there in our country in Sanatan Dharma, isn't it? Only then can we avoid looking like an idiot and hold our head high, especially in front of people from other countries. That is why I told you that there is something known as Kundalini Yoga, about which you should know to the extent that I told you just now. More than that is not required and is unnecessary. Because amongst us, 1 in 1,000, no, 1 in 1,000,000 or even 10 million will not be able to do the systematic sadhana for that. Even if they do, rarely 1 or 2 amongst them may reach the destination of Siddhi. As Krishna Bhagavan says in the Bhagavad Gita, verse 3 of chapter 7, Yatatamapi kaschin, meaning only very few amongst the triers will be successful. That is why I asked you to underline those words that I repeated earlier. If you do the necessary yoga sadhana meant for awakening it. That is a very true statement. But doing it is almost close to impossible. The small iota of existence of infinitesimal power to merge in that omnipotence, or for this to bloom into that, may happen, but not knowingly for either to even notice it. This last statement is very true, as it is not going to happen as long as this speck of existence retains its separate identity. You do merge when you drop your separateness. More than integration into absolute peace, integration with power has been kept as an extremely impossible happening by that Mahashakti, Parashakti Ambal, albeit with absolute logic, I suppose. Keeping the devotee on the Bhakti Marga and even the aspirant on the Jnana Marga beside her, she demonstrates to them the play of her powers. Through them, she channelizes some of that power for the benefit of the world at large. But this Bhakta and Jnani were not aspiring for their own attainment of power. The devotee aspires for only divine prema and anugraha, while the one on the Jnana Marga has stopped aspiring and has let himself flow with the current. So, to demonstrate her power and effectiveness to them as a bonus and through them to benefit the common man is quite on the cards. Perivar Sharanam.